So this is what's left of our willow. And actually there's quite a few that are still viable down here. They really got beat up because we get the floods from the creek. And when I first put them in, I didn't realize how many vines we had, and they strangled them out. As you can see, like, what's it been, a week that I went through, cut everything down, and now I got to go do it again. So here's our original setup. The reason that I posted those videos again is because I'm trying to identify these willow so I can share them. And now I've propagated these all over our property, but it's I'm just going over here so you can get a good look at it from different angles, so I can get a good look, I guess. We propagated them all over the property, but usually when I put in like a new willow bed, we're just taking cuttings from our, these are our nursery plants, really, the ones we're always coppicing and putting together. It's funny, you can see the trail that that the deer make, but it's a little hard to see. So now this is the end, because at the end I know I put a stone, so I know that that's the end. And then we have 1, 2, there's probably this third one probably died, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and when I did the videos I really didn't do it my methods that I was trying to keep everything in order just didn't work. So now I'm going back trying to make sure I get a good ID on these, and so if I send them away to friends, and that they might actually know what the heck they're getting. But as you can see, I got some big gaps. Now some of them, most of them I would say, was because of my learning curve in growing. And remember, these I didn't plant with any kind of ground cover at all. But I was just amazed at what they've been able to come into. I mean, they're pretty awesome trees. And these have been coppiced. Now I was coppicing right at the ground, but then with this amount of weed pressure, they just got out performed, and I lost a few varieties that were a little too slow to the punch. Boy, it is weird on video, it doesn't. So I have 1, and then I think there's 2 that are missing here. 3, 4, 5, and then there could be 1 missing in the middle there. 6, and then a few missing here, and then just some stragglers are hanging on. I missed 1 right in the middle, or lost 1, I guess I should say. But I don't know if I really lost any of these, because I've replanted them in other parts of my property. So once I find out what's missing there, then I can go to my other willow beds and try to find that one that I lost, and then make sure I just propagate the heck out of that. But I got these at Dunbar Gardens, and man, did they have, I mean, even all the mistakes I made, all the, even when I knew I was breaking rules, I just kind of wanted to see what would happen. And they still, I don't think one cutting didn't at least, you know, come forth that first year. And then the second and third year, that was just because of this weed pressure. And I can show you down here by the creek. I've been planting my willows into the creek bed here, trying to salvage. But this little guy's the culprit here. These things grow fast, and you can see I have a little willow growing right there. This whole bank had willow on it, and there is still some here someplace, but it gets oh, I think I just found some. No, it gets overwhelmed with these vines and just all the other greenery. So it fights on, it survives, but it's just, here's one. And you can see, look, here's that dang crawling vine. But here's a willow plant that I planted a while ago. And I got some curly willows that are really, they kick butt. They grow real vibrant. So I throw some curly willows down here because I'm always looking for places to grow them. And they've done really well. I got a bunch over there too, trying to hold these banks up. And we're carving out our creek. You know, I keep trying to push the creek over that way. And we've created these little minnow nurseries. And we get our great blue herons down here, and snapping turtles, and water snakes, and all kinds of fun stuff. But yeah, here's another one here. Coming, just getting a little beat out by the competition here. And these guys. But they're doing well. We've had nothing but success with this willow. It's just that this is an old bed that we learned so much on. And now I got to come down here and weed it again and mulch. But we have right here we have two black walnut trees, and I planted a bunch of willows in here. And of course, sometimes the black walnut will kill. The first year, I think the black walnut killed off the willow that I had here. But this is this gets beat up pretty bad when it floods. But over here, because it's downstream, it's really been growing well. And this has kind of saved this this portion of this portion of the bank here. This is our kind of our crossing, but this is at least there's, it's holding on to the bank. But that's that. I just think it's funny that if I look at this, these are the paths of least resistance for when the deer come through this way. So that's kind of funny. But since I'm down here, since it's already a long video, okay, we'll just get a good view here, so I know what I have left. Now, I'll never do these justice, but oh, the other thing I learned, look at that, is that I need to coppice these higher. So we're kind of pollarding these up high. So we used to, when I first got them, I cut them all the way back on the ground. Well then, look at all those ants. But then they would just get overcome with the weed pressure too easily. So we so I cut them here. You can see where I cut them, and now they're pollarded up higher, and we're having a lot more success that way, keeping them up above that weed pressure line, kind of. And we're having a lot, and I'm keeping the weeds down, even though it doesn't look like it here, but I'll come back through here and give them a little more breathing room. Now, I'm just gonna go over here. You can see some of our curly willows put in, black walnuts, and we'll just get a look here. And then I'm hoping that I'll be able to reconstruct the positions that I planted these in with the help of those old videos. And then I'll get a better idea of what's what. And I'm also, I don't know, kind of delving in deep with these willow, trying to learn them. And, gives me a headache, but we're still trying. The one thing that I've learned is there's no hard and fast rules. Everything with willow and with life has an exception, and that's kind of fun. But here's my curly willow. And now this is, I think it's river willow, bank willow. I'm kind of not quite sure what they call it. Here's the curly willow here that we planted. I kind of wanted a dike here of willow along this edge of my property, because there's a natural dam right here anyway. So it's like a perfect place to grow willow, where it has a chance to suck up all that water and all the nitrogen, or everything that flows through here. It'll get held up, and it works good. So far, it's worked good. But this is a native willow to this area in Ohio, and this willow, if you stick it in the ground, it will not grow. It I think it has to be like roots, and I'm not sure. It's just a kind of a strange willow. But here, for those of you that know more than I do about willows, here's the catkins, the leaves. It's really a neat kind of woody, light willow. Because I cut it down, it's a tree is what it is. Right now it's just a bush because I coppiced it. But I'm gonna keep letting this grow, because the doves love to nest in it when it gets a little bit bigger, and it is really nice wood for woodworking, green woodworking, that kind of stuff. So it's a neat willow that is indigenous to Ohio here. And I can't remember its name, but I think it's like river willow or something like that. I can't remember, but these are my curly willows. They're getting big and tall. And they're down here where there used to be a pig wallow. And I'm trying to put some trees and vegetation. I always let the grass grow here. It's the low spot. And my coons and all my wildlife, my deer, they all love it. In fact, that's what's so funny, is because, like, if you look over here where the willows are, it's the path that leads from here, over there to across the road. And We do get deer pressure on our willow, but I just think it's kind of funny. So anyway, I'm just gonna come back up here, and oh, this is a white mulberry tree right here, and those white mulberries are delicious. But then this is a regular mulberry, and they are delicious as well. Just nice. Oh, you get in the shade and it's so much cooler. We it's really hot out today, so I'm probably delirious, but we really enjoy our mulberries. In fact, I have some mulberry wine that's in the fridge already. We can already drink it up. But there's the willows from a different vantage point. And I guess that's about it. So anyway, hopefully this will help me identify what's going on. But I thought I'd share it with you as well. Thanks so much from Bonnie Doon Homestead. Have a blessed day.